so over being sticky. Kim here, and it is still really hot outside. I know, it's only like mid-July, but I am so over the summer. As you know, summer and I do not get along. I'm a fall and winter girl, and I'm just fine with that. Like, I'm not even sorry. That being said, I do have a few tips for surviving the summer when you hate it. Basically, here's how not to die in the summertime. Tip number 1, a long-sleeved cover-up. Like this one! This is a really thin beach cover-up jacket that I got at Old Navy last year. I live in this thing all summer long. I literally wear it every single day. Even though it's thin, it still keeps the sun off me, so I don't have to worry about sunburn when I'm wearing this thing because it does cover me up, but it's thin enough that it doesn't make me sweat that much more. Yes, it does still warm me up a little bit, but it doesn't warm me up like a sweater would, which is kind of what the alternative is. This one's really great because it's so thin, I can scrunch it up real little, and this fits in my purse, so that's fantastic. Sometimes in the car I'll even put it on frontwards like this. It stops the sun from getting on the arm that's by the window. I know it seems really silly to put on clothes when you're already sweating, but trust me, if you cover up with thin layers, you're going to be that much better because you're not going to get sun-damaged skin. It's just that simple. Tip number 2, very thin scarves. This scarf was just in my favorites video and I absolutely love it, and it's another one like the beach cover-up that I wear almost every day. But I have since picked up a few other ones. Like I showed you in my favorites video, I often like to sort of wear these in a kind of hooded way. If you wear them as a hood, they block the sun off your face a little bit, and they're not as warm as a hat, I feel like. It also protects the back of your neck from the sun, unlike a hat would. I mean, if the hat's really big, it's going to get the back of your neck, but if it's a smaller hat, it's definitely not going to get the back of your neck, and with my next tip, you'll see that the back of your neck is often exposed. Thin scarves are definitely the way to go because they keep the back of your neck protected, they can keep your face protected, they keep the part of my hair from getting sunburned, which is the worst, and you look kind of classy. Look how fancy I am. Tip number 3, a hair elastic around your wrist. I feel like girls with long hair sort of always have a hair elastic on hand, whether it be on their wrist or in their bag or, you know, hidden somewhere in their car, in the pocket of their jeans, whatever. Boom! The back of my neck is now sweating a little less, probably. I know it sounds like such an obvious tip, but trust me, if your hair is past your ears, you're going to want a hair elastic with you all the time. All of the times. Have a hair elastic with you. Don't think you're not gonna need it because you're gonna need it. They even make cute little hair elastics now that look like an elastic bracelet. Like they don't even look like a hair tie. They're super cute and I need to get some of those, and as soon as I do, I will be showing them to you. But until then, a simple hair elastic around my wrist so that I can throw my hair up whenever I need to saves my life so many times. Especially if you have dark hair because it just like sucks in all the heat. I've always had dark hair though, so for those of you that have had both light and dark hair, I would love to hear in the comments if you notice if one is cooler than the other in the summertime, because I am guessing that blondes probably have cooler heads in the summer. Science just tells me that that's how it has to be for you guys. So yes, an obvious tip for surviving the summer is to have a hair tie on you at all times. Funnily enough, I actually have to keep 2 hair elastics on me at all times because my hair is so thick that one elastic just won't hold it for any length of time. Tip number 4, good old sunblock. This is another really obvious tip for surviving the summer, but you guys, this is so incredibly important and very often overlooked. I'm an actor that plays certain characters whose skin is definitely not at all tan. I have to wear sunblock. But for those of you who don't have to wear sunblock, who think doesn't really matter if I get a tan, should be wearing sunblock anyway. You guys, the sun can give you the cancer. You need to be wearing sunblock. It's just a thing you need to do for your own health. I beg you, please, not only put on sunblock first thing in the morning, but reapply. This stuff does not last 24 hours, okay? Every couple hours you need to be reapplying this stuff. I'm so serious. I really like you and I really don't want bad things to happen to you or your skin. So please put on sunblock. This is the Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen, the Up and Up Target brand. It's not really that expensive. It feels a little better than regular sunblock. Water resistant, all that stuff. Survive the summer and survive the rest of your life by putting on some freaking sunblock. Tip number 5, wearing very little on the bottom. Yes, I know I've been talking about covering up, but it's freaking hot. This is how I stay cool-ish in the summertime. I take my handy dandy sunscreen and slather it all over my legs and then put on really slutty shorts. It helps keep me cool, okay? Yes, I wear shorts with long sleeves. That's my summer aesthetic. It just is what it is. Short shorts and skirts just keep me cool a little bit better. They just help with the heat and the sweat and the terribleness that goes on with the heat and the sweat. You get the idea. So yes, on top, I wear layers and jackets and scarves and it's ridiculous. But on the bottom, it's mostly skin. With copious amounts of sunblock, of course. My summer look, that's what it is. It's just the way it has to be. My last tip, staying hydrated. This is so important and so overlooked. You do not need to be working out to be drinking water or something like water. I live off Gatorade all year long, truthfully, but I do drink more of it in the summer than I do in the winter. In the winter, I tend to drink more tea, but iced tea isn't the same and hot tea makes me sweat and I'm already sweating enough. So we go with the Gatorade, and while it is high in sugar and sodium, it still has some of the crap that soda has in it. It hydrates you at the same time, and that is amazing. Please, 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 please drink as much actual hydrating fluid as you can throughout the summer. You really should be doing it all year long, but you're sweating in the summer and you need to keep your hydration up. You will just feel better, I promise. I discovered this little trick last summer when I got an ulcer and I needed to really pump the fluids, and I found that I was living in a state of mild dehydration my entire life. Now I don't get dizzy every time I stand up. It's like some sort of miracle. This is seriously one of my biggest summer tips. You need to keep yourself hydrated. You will just feel better all the way around. You literally need this to survive. Not just the summer, but all the time. I guess this is my biggest summer survival tip, is drink water, because if you don't drink water, you'll die a death. Those are all my summer survival tips. Most of these were very, very obvious, and some of these might actually make you hotter. But this is what works for me in surviving this summer. To keep the sun off of my skin as much as possible and to keep me as cool as possible. I don't think I will ever love summer, but these little tips and tricks make it easier for me to at least survive it. Consider subscribing to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's obviously full of priceless life advice. Thanks for watching!